I've solved a lot of Leetcode problems, and in today's video, we're going to go over how to solve a number of substrings. This is the first time I solved it today, and we're going to go over the solution to it. So first off, we are going to be having like a binary string of zeros and ones. We're going to want to find the number of substrings where all of them are ones, and the answer may be too long, so we want to modulo it. Cool. So first thing is, one thing that I think that's like to notice is that like anytime you see substring, we should try to do sliding window at least. Like we should think about it. And if you don't know what sliding window is, I have like an almost 1 hour video of me explaining it, which is going to be way more in depth than I talk about here. But whenever you see substrings or things connected together, like sliding window is generally something I like to play around with. And also because this is 10 to the 5th, another observation, we can't use O of n squared and things like that. Like the O of n squared solution, or I think it's even O of n cubed, a little bit bigger than O of n squared, is we generate every single possible substring, we count all of the characters, and then we go and do that. But if we try sliding window here, and let's say we have a window of only ones, we can very easily count the substrings. So if we make windows of only ones, so like here, let's say 1, okay, so we count this one because it's a window, it has only one, it is a substring. And then if we check this one, this substring actually has 2. It has this one that's substring, 1, and it also has this one as a substring, which is 2. And so what we notice here is it's like 1 plus 2. Like the total substring so far is actually 3. We have 1, and then we have 2, like from, not because we're counting 2, but because we have this one and then this one. And then if we keep going, okay, it's broken, whatever, window's broken. Then we reset again, and we're like, okay, 1, 2, 3, like 1 plus 2 plus 3, 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 3, 3 plus 3, 6, 6 plus the 3 that we did earlier is 9. That like basically like the kind of idea that I want to show you, and this is something that'll come up a lot with these substring problems, is that like the substrings of the next window is the exact same as the substrings of the earlier one plus 1. You have like 1 extra one. And it can just kind of steamroll and snowball like that. So this one becomes 3 in total because we have 1, and then again, as I had done earlier, like that. This is one of those ones I'm just not going to bother drawing out because I don't want to waste time. This is a really easy problem, but I do want to get this concept of like, we can kind of roll. Like this one's 21 because it's 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. And I think they put this example here for a reason, and it's to guide you into thinking that. Because 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 is 21. If you were to write that out, you know, obviously on paper, or put into a calculator or whatever. This one is 2, right? It gets broken up and split, so we break it. But we can kind of get this streak going, where all we were just interested in is what it's like the streaks of all of these. And the code of that I will show here, and then I'm also going to show me coding this out live as I was solving. It took me about 5 minutes, I think, to solve up here. But so we can have a window. Again, I think of this as sliding window. This, I think, substrings. So I have a left side of my window and a right side. And then if I see a 0, I just adjust the window to be into the future, like your kind of value. If it's not, if it's a valid window, then we can compute the answer and add that 1 into it. And I'll show you a simplified version of this that doesn't use like this kind of like calculation, but this is very important for sliding window. Very, very important to know. And then you just modulo it, which is why I got this wrong answer because I forgot to do that. So cool. We'll go into actually live coding it, and I'll see you in that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and record myself solving this, and let's get into it. So I ran the math, and this looks like pretty straightforward. It's just like adding the number of ones, and we just subsequently counting it every single time. And I think that works. I think it's pretty clear. That's pretty easy to prove because there's not too many cases really to look at. At least I maybe tell myself that. We'll see if it works. We'll see if the idea works. So we'll have a window of all of the ones. And I think this window can just be the count of the ones. And then we can have an answer we'll actually have, and then we can do like left is 0, and then for right, maybe ch in enumerate s, and then we just check the left. We check the right of the window. Let's see. We need to expand the left if it's not a 1. We're not really rolling it though, but it's just that like we increase, so like if it's here we increase. No, I think we just like basically replace it. It's like hardly even a window, but it's kind of a window, but like if ch is equal to 0, well then fun's over. Fun is over, we're done. And then we can just say left is equal to right plus 1. I guess kind of tough. I don't want it to be right plus 1, but I think it has to be because we're gonna end up continuing. Like effectively, we're just gonna continue. And then if it's not, then the window, which is really the ones count. So like, let's just rename it as it is. And then we'll just increment it, and then we just say the answer is whatever like the 1 count was. So if there is 1, 1, then it gets incremented. If we see 2, then it will be 2. And like really, we don't even need the ones count. We could just do left and right. Just that math. It's like whatever the size of it is, but again, who doesn't really matter for the window. But I think this is fine. Left and right, 1. And then we can just return it. And I think we have to set the 1 count to 0 again until we find it, until we find a new one. And then we'll do 1, 1, right? And that's why this one's 21, because it's 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6, and then we don't. But then we reset here, so we're like 1, and then we reset, 0, reset, and so on. So I think this is fine. And apparently it's not. Apparently it's too many. I wonder why that is. 1 plus 2. If the right is ever a 0, then we reset everything. And we continue. Like, I don't understand, really. I really don't. It'll like whatever the 1 count is. I guess I have to print statements now. That's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Let's try to see. Okay, 0, 0. Now this is the interesting part. 0, 1, 2. Oh, because I never, it's string, bro. Not that. Cool. Yeah. Okay, yeah. It worked as I thought. I just didn't have it as a string. Okay, it did not work as I thought. We never modulate it, right? As it told us to do. We were supposed to do that. Or else it was impossible to get the right answer. Oh boy, a lot of mistakes. A lot of mistakes. But this is an easy one, for sure easy. And again, we don't even need the 1 count here if we want to improve it. I don't think we need it. I think we just do left and right. Right minus left. Plus 1, I think, because I think they'll be the same size. So then we can just do the same thing, but just do it that way. And just delete 1 count. If we want to be cleaner with it. A little bit cleaner. So what's the rating for this? Because this is a really easy problem. This is a very, very easy problem. It took me 4 minutes to solve. And I'm talking in it, so it really, I mean, this should take me like 2 minutes, I think. Maybe 3 minutes, something. But if you're curious on how do you solve like these problems within 5 minutes, I have a guide within it. If you click in the description, you can see that. If you're interested, I try to break down all the problems that I solved, the 1,000 problems that I solved along this journey. If you're curious in that, you can check it out. If not, you can also just learn from these videos too. So cool. I'll see you in another video, maybe when I rant, ramble, or solve Leetcode.